Hey everyone, it is 5 o'clock and it's Sunday, so it's time for So Sweet Sunday. Welcome back. I missed you all. Let me take a moment and share everywhere. Yes. I still have to pull out my paper to share. All right, so we share to So Sweet Academy. It's so sweet to learn. I'm about to type them in because my nails are too long to try to scroll. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Embroidery bows, vinyl, and more. Ugh, these nails, I'm telling you. Teaspoon of sugar. Let me try using this finger. The one that I broke my nail on. Teaspoon of sugar. My chaotic embroidery. Free machine embroidery. Y'all hear Kira reading in the background? I think I had that on twice. Oh, gems. Y'all. All right, so I think that's it. What are y'all doing? Welcome back. I haven't seen y'all in like forever, and I missed you. And it's Easter, so let's see what y'all have going on. All these welcome backs. Y'all act like y'all missed me. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Amelia. Happy Easter. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Phyllis. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Aquanita. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Delphine. For some reason, are y'all farther back? Did y'all scoot back? Are y'all like trying to scoot back away from me? Scoot up. I remember my eyes are failing me. I got ears on today, y'all. See my ears? They're back. Hey, Terry. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Shakia. Hey, Shayna. Hey, Angela. Did I already say hey, Shirley? I'm not sure, but hey, Shirley. If not, hey, Fanny. I did. Oh, y'all. Oh, my gosh. The pictures. Y'all, I have so many more pictures to share, but I'm like, can I keep sharing them? I mean, I'm back. I'm back home. Is it confusing if I keep sharing the bride pictures? Y'all, the pictures, the trip, the everything. I'm just going to go live in the group and just give y'all a rundown of everything from it. Everything from the travel to traveling COVID season, all that stuff, to like the airlines that I went on. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Tell me if y'all want me to, I will. I don't mind. Y'all know me. I love talking about stuff. Just randomness. Hey, Mavis. But yeah, it was so much fun. I missed you all. I went live for the Academy one night, just laying there in my bed. The hardest thing was keeping up with the time difference because they are so far ahead of us. Yeah, ahead of us that I had to watch and make sure. I think like one time I may have, my dad just texted me and said, "Are you podcasting today?" Kira, text Papa and say yes, that mommy is live. Every Sunday at 5 o'clock, y'all. But unless I'm out of town. But yeah, I think I may have like messaged somebody, Amelia, like late at night one time, and it was like regular middle of the day there, but it was like 1 o'clock at night here, her time, and I was like, oops, my bad. Hey, Michelle. But yeah, so that was the hardest part for me to keep up with was the time. But what are y'all doing today? Before we hop into this, y'all, I hope y'all don't mind me just talking because I missed a whole week with you all. So I have to catch up. I have to see what y'all have going on, what has happened. I need y'all to tell me how these bunnies are going. I saw a couple people on there doing some last minute bunnies. I think it was Rosa. She did a whole bunch of the tiny ones, in which I started to do today. But I'm like, we might be bunnied out. Are we bunnied out? I don't know. We might not be bunnied out, but we might be a little bunnied out. And since today is Easter, I know a couple of you all may be making them beyond Easter, but we might want to move on to something else. Maybe not. Well, I decided to make an executive decision, and I'm going to move on to like an order. Like I came home to an order or 10. So I decided to go ahead and get started, and it is a cap. So we're gonna be on the multi-needle today because I'm gonna do a cap. The title is Veganish, so it is a Veganish hat. The design came from Apex Designs, but it's one that I like souped up a little bit. So it's a vegan design, and I will link it. I'll link it probably while it's stitching, and I have a free hand to come over here and do my link. It is my affiliate link that I have with them, so just FYI, use that if you can. And they have some super cool fonts and other stuff. I just tagged him in something to ask him if he had another font available that I saw in another group. But yeah, so that's where I got the file from today. What else did I want to tell y'all? Oh, I wanted to find out, what did y'all cook today? What are y'all eating today? Are you celebrating Easter? Are you, what's going on in your side of the world? And tell you all about my little blunder while I set up my, so I did a little pre-work. I've already done this on here. And this is the Gen 2 hat hoop, or Gen 2 hat frame. I like to use this one. Oh, where's my trash can? Well, trash can's gone. But I like to use this one over the one that comes with the machine because it gives you a little more of a stitch area. All right, this is a great addition. I'm telling you, I have two of them. So I have the driver, which I'll show you in a moment. And then, hey Shorty, I know how to pronounce your name now. I have a driver. I have two drivers so that it makes it faster. So while one is on, I'm just working and doing it. So if you can afford to get one, make some money, then purchase another one. It's well worth it. Okay, if you have the multi-needle machine. This comes from, what is this thing called? I just had a complete brain fart. It's a Gen 2 Hoop Tech. It's a Hoop Tech Gen 2 system. And Amelia says she's cooking. Y'all, let me tell you. Okay, last story, I promise, and then we're gonna get started. All right, we have 26 on here. Y'all hang in here. Don't nobody leave real quick. This is a kind of funny story. Thank you, Jeff. Hoop Tech. So I am cooking also. I would have been done by now, completely done. I'm cooking cabbage. And it's not like the traditional Easter meal because I just cooked what I had in there. It's cabbage, rice, a roast with potatoes and onions. Started the roast and potatoes and onions and roast in the crock pot because I love crock pot cooking. I must have pushed the button to put it on, and something is wrong with my control panel. So I lent it to my mom, and I came back, and my control panel doesn't work. Shh, I'm not gonna tell her. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know, but it doesn't tell me how long the timer is for. So when I hit the timer thing, I didn't realize that the timer was on for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So that meant when I walked away 1 hour and 30 minutes later, my crock pot shut off and it stopped cooking. So 4 hours later, I'm thinking my roast is done, and it's not. So I gotta finish cooking my roast, but the cabbage is done, and the rice will be done later. So that's my little dilemma. And I will be buying a new crock pot because also today was just not the day for crock pots. Okay, the top came off my crock pot. The little handle thing, the little black handle that lifts it up. So I don't know. Luckily, I have nails on. From y'all know I never have long nails like this. But since I was in Dubai, I had to give me cute little nails on. But I'm gonna have to like scoop it up somehow to open the top without burning my hand. So that crock pot is done. All right. So long story short, I am cooking dinner. I'm having cabbage, roast, potatoes, onions, and rice. And my crock pot is broken. Okay, it's a sad day around here. So in order to make your Hoop Tech driver thingy work out with the Gen 2, they give you it's like an override thing, and this overrides it and gives it more stitch field. So let me show you. I just have it here, but I haven't quite set it up yet. So, and I broke a nail today. So, then there's that. It's been a day. no complaints. I've had a good day. I would say I feel well rested, but I feel a little sluggish still. So I'm guessing it's still a little bit of jet lag, but nothing horrible. I've been sleeping at night. I've been sleeping well. All right. So this little thing right here. Hey, Terry. Delphine, you told on me? Oh, no. You told on me. Y'all. It's all right. It just gives me another reason. I love that crock pot, though. I've had that crock pot for some years. And I like it because you can put a lot of stuff in it. All right, so this goes back here in the back. Today is not the day to cook. Halfway through, I had to call the plumber. Oh, my. No, Mavis. Well, you're kind of having a worse time than me, so I should probably stop complaining, huh? That is no fun. Oh, and I took out some black-eyed peas, too. I had them soaking and everything, but then I just didn't feel like it. Because my crock pot, I was going to put them in the crock pot. Which way does this go? I was going to put them in the crock pot, but, you know, my roast is in the crock pot, so. I only have one crock pot. So then I was going to put it in the pressure cooker, but I'm not very fluent in pressure cooker. Okay. All right. So let's save it. I thought I had done that beforehand, but apparently not. I'm like out of practice, you guys. Is that what's going on? 1 week away from you all, and I like just lost my mind. What am I doing here? Okay, so let's undo this. Put that back. Save it. Veganish. And select it. Oh, you're right, Delphine. I did just tell her. She might not be on here today. I hadn't seen her name pop up, but we'll see. She might surprise me and watch the replay. All right, so when you're doing hats, y'all, remember, don't forget to flip it. All right, you got to flip it so that it's upside down. And then sometimes you got to move it back to make more room for it. Because it's not like the typical hat. It's not already set to the dimensions because we overrode. Is that a word? So you have to make sure you trace it out the right way. Because otherwise you could really mess up some stuff. So when you use the Gen 2, remember, you have to trace it out and you have to have it inside of your cap driver, whatever on-screen editing you're using. It's kind of cute. Just watch my ears come in first. Whatever on-screen editing you're using, you have to make sure it's the right size for what you need. Okay. So let's trace out the back. I hope I have enough room. Let's see. Sometimes I move it up further just so that yeah, there we go. Just so that when I trace the back, it doesn't hit because it makes this like horrible noise if it hits. And then I trace it left to right. All right, that sounds good. So this may sound bad, but there's a sound that it makes when the brim of the hat hits against here, and that's what I listen for. Now, this isn't going to work for everybody's because your machine might be a little different and your hat may be done, but that's kind of like landmarks. It's like an earmark that I listen for. Some people have even taken this part off. I'm not that brave. Okay, I don't know if y'all heard it. You really probably didn't know what you were listening for, but that's usually what I listen for when I know how far back. So when it does that, it's too far. And that's about it. All right, then I'm going to check the top. I used 2 pieces of stabilizer. I get my stabilizer for this from sewmachine.com. Is it sewmachine.com? I think it's sewmachine.com. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that feels about right. If we mess up, I have another hat. but I really don't want to mess up because this is an order. Also, I changed out my thread color before we hopped on here, so let me pull this through. Y'all, you know what else happened? I realized I did not write this down in my planner. So I had to spend like 15 minutes looking through my saved files. Otherwise, I was going to have to recreate it. Because remember I told y'all this is a design from Apex Designs, but I added the word ish to the end for Veganish. Can you see it up top there? You might not be able to see it because of my light, but you'll see it in just a second. Okay. I'm pretty new with the embroidery. Is it true that the embroidery machines are to be maintained once a year? Once a year, and sometimes even more than once a year. You're supposed to oil it also, so yeah, you got to take it back in to get it serviced. We're past our yearly checkup around here, so we got to go back in. We got to go back to the doctor around here. All right, sewing. Do y'all ever feel like when you haven't sewn in like a week or so, you feel rusty? I feel a little rusty right now. And then I've been doing so much more on the single needle that, let's see what number is, 3. That just the regular muscle memory is about gone. If you don't use it, you lose it. A little bit. A little bit. That hat looks cool. Wish I had one. This is a nice hat. I really do like this hat. So we're going to go lock. And let's see. I think we're ready. This is only an 8-minute stitch. And I don't have the light on. Oh, something I forgot to do. I usually slow down the stitches when I'm doing hats. I usually slow it down to about 600. You don't have to. I personally do. And I don't do it with all of it. If I just notice that it's shaking, I will. I have a bag that I want to embroider, but I don't know if I can do it on a single needle. Ayana, post a picture of it in the academy, and we will kind of game plan through it. You probably can, though. I want to say you might be able to, but before I say yes, I want to see it. When buying a multi-needle, do you suggest to buy a new or used to save money? I'm in the market right now. So that is personal preference, Delphine. When I will tell you what I did, and I'll tell you why. I see my little ear. This little ear is tripping me out. I purchased this baby right here, brand new. And my reason was because I had never had a multi-needle. So I didn't know what to expect if anything went wrong, if anything wasn't, up to par, and if I needed any help with it. I wanted to be able to have that support from my dealer. If I were buying another one, I would definitely buy used, but I would still be leery of the stitch count, in which that's not always accurate. And the year, it's just like buying a car. You don't want to have a car with too many miles on it, but a car with a couple miles on it, it's okay. But I know a couple people that have purchased used and are very happy. I know a couple people that have purchased used and really wish they had held out for a new one. So that's a very subjective, really personal preference type of answer. If you find one for a good deal and you're willing to risk it, go for it. All right, let's heat it up. the order came in while I was in Dubai. Luckily, it came in at the very end of my trip, and I wasn't going to be past due for the order because I didn't close my Etsy shop. The whole time I was like, oh, should I close it? Should I not? I didn't. And I came home to quite a few orders, but they all came in towards the end of my trip. So I was okay. What do you consider too many stitches on a used machine? Oh, now that one, I don't really know how to answer that one because I don't do maintenance. That's the only reason I can't really say. I don't know. I don't want. I could make up a number, but I don't want to lie to you. Not at all. That might be something that you could Google, or either call a local, or not even local, call any brother dealer, authorized dealer, and you can ask them, what would they suggest. Just ask them as if, you don't have to tell them you're out of town. You don't have to tell them you're not buying from them. Just talk to them like as if you are. They don't know. You could be a customer. Who knows? How long did it take you to save for your machine when you bought it new? Oh, that's a good question, Jamie. How long did it take? So somewhere after the Disney cruise, I did the bunnies for the Disney cruise. Somewhere after that and purchasing it, because the first time that I saved up a lot of money, it was for the cruise. After that, maybe a year and a half. It wasn't too long because I got really, really, really aggressive with my saving. And then towards the end there, I even put a little bit of just my regular work money towards it. But the key thing that I didn't do, I didn't finance it. And there's nothing wrong with financing it. I'm just, your girl, I don't like to pay back. Let's just be honest. Can I be honest with y'all? Uh-oh, my ear almost got caught. I don't, credit, I don't know. I like my money to be my money. So that's why I didn't finance it. I didn't want to have to pay more for it. That was my biggest thing. But if you do choose to finance it, you can find a really good percentage. Go through a bank or go through. I hear credit unions are really good for all that stuff. You work at a bank, you know a lot. Probably a lot of good lending hacks. Yeah, so that's what I did, y'all. And I know y'all have heard the story of me when I was saving up for it, just for motivation. I used to go to the embroidery shop and just visit my machine. They knew me. Well, first of all, they knew me because they knew my mom. My mom has been going to that shop for years and years and years. But I'd go in and they'd say hey, and I'd be like, I'm just here to visit my machine. And I'd visit with it and look and, play around with the features and then go home. So, y'all, I made a little bit of an executive decision here. On the hat that I did on my Etsy shop, and this is a risk that I'm willing to take. On the hat, I used a lighter of a tan color for the pictures and everything, but I didn't like it. So I am now changing. I changed it to a darker brown for the actual order. And I hope the customer likes it. If she doesn't, then I'll go back to the regular color because that is something different from the picture. But I just figured I'd change. I didn't like the other one that I used. I didn't like the lighter color. But once it was stitched that first time, I didn't want to restitch another one just for a picture. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. For a beginner, what multi-needle do you recommend? So I'm a brother gal. There is the PE7. So now, not PE. PR670, because the 655 is discontinued. If you get the 655, I believe it'll be used because they moved up to the 670. So I'd suggest that one. Or the, Jamie, what's the name of yours? That one always slips my mind. But it's a single needle. It has the free arm. So it's like a multi-needle in that it has this free arm. It looks just like this, but it only has one needle that comes up from back here. It holds 4 spools of thread at one time. That one, or then there's the 10 needle. So any one of those, the Persona. Yep. Why do I always forget that name? I always forget it. That was one that when I was kind of getting restless and saving up for my own machine, I almost bought that one. Now, if I had, I would just use what I had. You know, I would have just used that one. But I'm glad I did wait it out and get this one, because I can do a little more. The stitch fill on it is a little bigger. So just remember, the bigger, the more needles, all that stuff, the bigger stitch fill you have. Because the 10 needle, that one has an even bigger stitch fill than this one. Ta-da! Veganish. Veganish. Yep, Jeff says go with as many needles as you can afford. I don't think I've ever had anyone say, I wish I didn't have so many needles. You know what? I have heard someone say before, they don't even use all of their needles. But I don't feel like they were complaining. Not so much. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. I think I missed the question somewhere up there, though. I can't find one. Okay. But we're done. See how fast that was? I mean, think about how many hats you can just crank out in this little bit of time. I think I'm going to have to use my snag nabbit. Y'all know what a snag nabbit is? Do you know what a snag nabbit is? I might have to link that too. This is a snag nabbit. And what a snag nabbit is used for. Now don't lose it. I keep mine in this little casing because, and then I put it on my magnetic strip. But I was thinking for the 6 needles. Yep. Yep, for looping. So when you have little loops in here, let's see if I can find one. And it's not even, it's really not even, it's probably just more so annoying me than anything. There's a loop right there. So what I'm going to do, on the side where the loop is, I'm going to take it, and it has like this little serrated end on this side. I'm going to take it and I'm going to push it down through there, and it's going to pull that loop through. Y'all, before I found this little tool, life was no fun, because I would have to cut the thread, go back, stitch over it, and try to hide it. And then sometimes, I don't know what happens or what causes it, but sometimes your design can loop all the way through, and it's like, what did I do wrong? Why am I being punished? So usually when I do one little loop, I get loop happy, and if I see the tiniest of other loops, I wind up snag nabbing them. But let me tell you what you do not want to do. You do not want to go through the same loop too many times, because this little serrated end right here, it will shred it. All right, so try to make sure you get it at once. It is available on Amazon or a couple of other places. I think I like it. I'll link that too. So let me show you another thing you can use it for. All right, so once, this is the smallest scissors I can find, and which is probably good for this demonstration, because if you don't have your small snips, sometimes you can't get as close as you would like to. So I'm going to snip that between the V, where is it? The V and the E. And if you don't have your smallest snips, you don't get as close as you like, and it leaves like a little, area there, and you can just use your snag nabbit and push it down through. You can't really see it, but you can push it down through there. And you know what? I think I did a pretty decent enough job that I don't have to push it all the way through. And I don't like to snag nab when I don't have to. Snag nab. I just made a whole verb out of it. Yep. Hello. But we're done. We're done. I said I wasn't going to sing. I was not going to sing. I'm gonna say, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. All right, let's take it out of here. And the best part is, if I had another hat to do, since I have that other hoop or frame, hat frame, I could just, you know, snap it on there and go. So I would always have my machine running. Where did you get the hat from? I will link that also. So let's tear off the stabilizer. When I use two pieces, on hats, I usually just tear one part off at a time because it gets so thick. And the inside, I don't like try to clean it up a whole bunch. Have y'all looked at hats in the store? Sometimes it's like all nice and perfect, and sometimes it's kind of like underneath. So I keep mine in like a middle ground. I don't take all of the stabilizer off, but I also don't stress over it. Okay, as I say that, I'm like sitting here pulling off more. I only did that because it was sticking up. Ooh, very good question, Delphine. Very, very good question. I'll answer it as soon as I show you all the hats. Hey. I'd put it on, but it's for a customer. Probably if you scroll back on some of my Instagram, you can find it. Oh, so I first came up with this, and I wish Seth was on here. I probably should have tagged him. He's the one with Apex Design that created this. But I had gone onto that website and I found the design, and there was a food truck coming to town locally called Slutty Vegan. They are based in Atlanta. I'm giving like all kind of shout outs. They're based in Atlanta, and I knew I was going to have to go stand out in that line for a long time. So I was like, I'm going to make me a little hat because I'm going to eat vegan food, but I'm not vegan. So I was like, veganish, vegan. I'm vegan for the day. And that line was long, and I wound up not eating that day. But I have eaten at their spot in Atlanta, and it's really good.
You have a vegan food today?
No, we're not having vegan food. Kira ran in here. We're having vegan food today? No, ma'am. We're definitely having a roast. She was feeling some type of way. But yeah. So this is what we did today. It's a hat. It's veganish. It's cute. All right. So, all right, let me answer your question. How did you get started in your embroidery business? Okay, so keyword business. What happened was I was just stitching along. I just wanted to make stuff for my daughter, and then I wound up selling a couple things to my coworkers at work, and I was like, you know what? This is good. I might be onto something. So I started off with baby items, though. I loved to do bibs, burp cloths, onesies, because, you know, I had a baby. Like, she wasn't like a baby, but she was still young enough that I could still do cutesy little things and onesies and t-shirts for her, applique. I loved doing appliques. That's where I got my start, doing a lot of like applique type stuff. And like people at work, one year, y'all, everyone was pregnant. Not me. No, I wasn't pregnant. But all my coworkers were like pregnant at one time, so I wound up doing like all of them cute little stuff for their baby showers and stuff, and then it caught on from there. Where I really started making it a business is when I found out about the Facebook online yard sale and the Facebook marketplace and all that stuff. I started posting my stuff there, and that's where I got most of my customers to start off with. What else did I do in the very beginning? This is good. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this so I can write all this down. And then after that, friends and family. I mean, I tell you all, do not start a business expecting friends and family to support you, but you will have friends and family that do support. So, you know, if they want something, you can make stuff for them, and then they have friends, and just encourage them to get the word out. And remember, your friends and family don't always have to support you by buying from you. They can support you by referring you or telling one of their friends. So don't get mad if they don't support you, but just ask them if they can share your work and share what you do. So keep that in mind. And then after that, what else did I do? One more part to this story, I promise. After that, I got bold and I started doing vending events. And that, to be honest, the vendor events didn't come until Well, I did a couple of them that I would stitch stuff ahead of time and go to. I did like a couple of churches and little small stuff. But then one time I got bold enough and I took my machine with me to an event and I stitched on site. I didn't do that until I got my multi-needle. And then I stitched on site, and that's when my customer base blew up because I was giving out cards. I was just meeting people and interacting with the community and getting my name out there. And to be honest, from there, that's when it blew up. And I would get people calling me and saying, hey, I met you at so-and-so vending event. It was around the holidays, so, people were really buying then. I did that 2 years in a row, and, that's where it took off, to be honest. You gotta be bold. The Snag Nabbit. Oh, where did I get the Snag Nabbit? I got this one on Amazon. I will link it above. Also, I have yet another affiliate link. Little fun link that I can send over there, and I'll just post it here. But they're super cheap. Like, I suggest you buy them by threes because you will get one. You will lose one. I've known one person in the past to break one, and to this day, I do not know how she did it. We laughed our behinds off, but she broke it. She had never used it. She broke it getting out of the package. And then, so you'll lose one, you could possibly break one, and then once you do all that, you will guard the other one with your life. All right, so packs of 3. And then get something magnetic to hold on to it, and then keep it in the sleeve if you can, if it comes with the sleeve. How long did it take you to open the academy? How long did it take you to open the academy? So y'all, the academy I opened kicking and screaming, scared. And you can buy it at Joann's also. Terry, I did find it at Joann's also. You're right. Use your coupon. How long did it take me to open the academy? I didn't do the academy until like 2 years ago, and I had already been stitching for like 10 years. So I did not feel confident enough to actually start teaching people and being, held accountable, because y'all know me, I fly by the seat of my pants, and I will give a disclaimer in a minute. But that's when I started to get more responsible with the information and the knowledge that I had learned to actually tell other people. And then after I started going live and everybody was saying just how much my techniques helped them, because I don't always go by the book. Hello, welcome to my life. I'm not really by the book. I will make stuff up as I go and make it to where it's just easier for me to understand. So that's how I teach. There are a lot of other people out there that have very, very strict guidelines and rules, and how, you have to use this with that, and you have to use what works. Let's just not stress out over it. Let's just get this stuff stitched and get your order out. Let it be quality, and let it be worthwhile, and make you some money and have you some fun, and just be adventurous with what you're doing. I almost did today, but I didn't have a Bible. But one of the most adventurous things that I did was a Bible that I did on site at one of my vending events. So just for the longest, I was that person that people would just bring the most weird, strange, random orders to. And I took them on, and I learned. That's all I got. Hope that answered your question. You need 3 of everything. My dad always said, it's not a collection unless you have 3. Good. Then I'm on to something then. I'm on to something. But yeah, so then, the academy, it started off, I wasn't even doing the Tuesday Zoom classes. And if anybody's wondering about the academy, I always just say the academy, but it's So Sweet Academy. What do you teach in the academy? Good question. So it's So Sweet Academy. It is basically, I teach a lot on the single needle, because a lot of people have single needle machines. I do a little on the multi-needle too, but I also, when I'm doing either one, I kind of tell you how you can use that for either or. All right, there are some techniques that you have to just use on the single needle, and there are some that you have to just use on the multi-needle, but I try to still tell you, okay, if you're using the single needle, you can use the same exact technique on the multi-needle, and vice versa. But I lost my train of thought because a little banner came down, and I read that by mistake. But I teach a lot about just learning placement, proper placement, different techniques, different tips, tricks, hacks, all of that in the academy. We work on finding different items for your holiday. We went really, really, really hard with the Easter stuff this year. So a lot of my academy members did some really good Easter bunnies, and I'm really proud of them. And I meant to put a post out there to make everybody share their bunnies, but I forgot. I might do it after we're done and just have everybody post like all their most proudest Easter bunny moments, and then you're not so proud Easter bunny moments, because we have those too. I had a mistake that I posted yesterday, and it was like, it was a boot. But thank you for taking my business full time. Oh, thank you. I'm taking my business full time this year. Stepping out on faith. I think you should. I really think you should. We also we're still right smack dab in the middle of opening Etsy shops. Quite a few people have opened Etsy shops. Quite a few people have met their goals for the month with their Etsy shops. And just mainly getting their items posted. It's just easy. I mean, if you don't have a website, just open an Etsy shop. There are fees that are associated with the Etsy shop, but I mean, would you have gotten the sale if you didn't have the Etsy shop? I don't know. Just a question. So that's the way I look at it. The fees don't outweigh the benefits for me. Outweigh the downfall. What did I say that wrong? Yeah, the fees don't bother me. What do you do if you messed up a customer's blank? Oh, absolutely, Angela. Let me tell you. If I mess up a customer's order, I replace it. And I have in the past, and I have, as a matter of fact, I have to replace something now because I stitched the wrong logo on a customer's order, and I need to replace it. I'm going to replace it. But if that happens, you replace it. Now, there are times where you might not be able to replace it because it might be a family heirloom. It might be something, one of a kind, or it might be super duper expensive. One time I stitched on a Ritz-Carlton, or 2 times, I've stitched on a Ritz-Carlton robe, and I was a nervous wreck. But in those instances, I pre-planned, and when I tell you I didn't walk away from this machine, I was attentive to the machine. I made sure that everything was, stitched out right. I measured once, measured twice. I measured 1,000,000 times just to make sure. So that's what I would do in that situation. If you don't feel comfortable stitching on someone else's order, don't do it. On someone else's stuff, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't stress yourself out. As far as a disclaimer, you can tell them that there's a possibility I might mess this up, and then you are out of everything. But I wouldn't say it that way. But I would tell them, if I do mess this up, you can have something that they sign. But you got to keep in mind that might run them off also. So just get a lot of practice in. That's what I suggest. Get a lot of practice in and get comfortable with it. I used to, what did I do in the beginning? This is making me think back to my beginning days when I was stitching on other people's stuff and I wasn't very comfortable. I pre-stitched. I didn't just pre-stitch, like I would pre-measure, pre-stitch something that was very similar to it, similar type fabric, and what? We gotta wrap up in a few minutes. My baby is walking past all sad looking. She says, dinner ready. Sorry, mommy messed up and cut the crock pot off too soon. But whoopsie. But mom of the year. But yeah, so just be careful. And sometimes it still happens if you're careful. I've had a project be eaten up in my machine just because the thread wasn't working out. But yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. You just gotta try it. I need more thread, but I'm not sure what to get. What's your favorite thread? What has worked for you? For me, I can tell you what has worked for me. Isocord, Madeira, Sulky, Exquisite, Bro Thread, Sim Thread. And I tell you all the time, I do not bash any thread, but I will tell you which one I have to babysit a little more often. And I used it just now. That's what this one is. Not this color, but it is a Clarkson Coats. They do make thread, but sometimes it just doesn't want to. I think it might be a specific needle. It might have to do with the tension on it, but that one might be one that I don't use as much, but I have a ton of it because that's what I first started off with, y'all. A lot of that is Clarks and Coats down there at the bottom. So with the green top on it, like see these with the green tops, all that Clarks and Coats. And I'm not throwing them away. We don't do that on these. I throw away thread. Unless this thing has messed up my machine, I don't throw away thread. But yeah, so all of those are my go-tos. There's a couple more like the metallic ones. I like the Madeira matte. I need to find something else to do the Madeira matte on. And then this one right here was just a very, very random. I got this at, I don't even know the brand of it, but it was at Hobby Lobby when I first started. They were discontinuing it, and it just says 100% polyester embroidery thread. So I bought it. It was like a couple, like 10 cents a spool. And I've just been using it. I don't use it on orders that I know are going to be reoccurring because I know I can't get it again if I find it because I have no clue. I'm just trying to use up my Clarks and Coats too. Yep. So I also use the Sulky. Yes. So I mean, I like the Sulky from Joann's. I have some right here. I use the Sulky. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Do you have a birthday coming up? Not so soon. So yeah, and then, you know, that was a good point that someone made. If you have a birthday coming up, hey, tell them you want some thread. Put it on your wish list. Tell them exactly what you want. Have them buy you some thread. That's a good idea. I also use Silky. So yeah, that's it. I only use the Sim thread when I got the starter kit. I like Sim thread. Yeah, so that was a part of, so the Sim thread one, that was the one that I put in the embroidery startup kit that I had, that I did. I think I'm going to update that pretty soon and put it out again and probably use more ones. I do always forget about Floriani. Maybe because I don't have as much Floriani. Floriani is a little more expensive at the embroidery shop that I use, and I don't find it online as much. So it's never really like right here readily available down to me. I always have more Isocord and Exquisite. But Floriani is really good also. Glide is really good. I have that. Then I have this other one that I don't really know how to pronounce. But did y'all see my live? I went live while I was in Dubai, and I showed you all. They had their little booth set up, and guess what machine they were using? They were using the PR655. And the guy was like, "Oh, you have this machine?" I'm like, "Yeah." He didn't believe me. I had to pull up my machine and show him. I'm like, "Yes, I have this exact same machine." He's like, "Why would I lie? Who does that? Who lies on their machine? Not me." But that's funny. But yeah, I showed him that I use the exact same one, and y'all, go back and watch that video. I'm not talking bad about anybody, but I think you guys can definitely do it, because looking at some of their work and then looking at some of the work that I've seen in the group, this is the work that I've seen in the group. This is their work. I think the work that I've seen in the group is awesome. Okay, y'all are up here. You can do it. I promise you can. That's why you're never really fine. Oh, they aren't supposed to sell it online. Oh, okay. That's a good deal. That's probably why I don't find it online. That's good. I have only found it at my local dealer, I think. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm going to test that theory, and I'm going to go look it up when I'm done. So, all right. So this is what we have. My baby has paced the floor. I think she's left a little walk mark in the floor because she's hungry. I got up this morning. Y'all, I cooked breakfast. We had grits, eggs, and bacon. And then we had gummy bears for snack.
And I want some more gummy bears.
And the kid wants more gummy bears. You know why? Because she knows that I brought a whole bunch of gummy bears back from Germany. I love gummy bears.
And I want some more Nutella Be Ready bars.
And she wants some more Nutella Be Ready bars because I brought her back a 6-pack, and there. How many do you have left? 1? We just opened them yesterday. I ate one too. We just opened them. Y'all, this girl cannot be left alone with Nutella, okay? At all. I'll post. Okay, I'll post my bag tomorrow. Headed back home. Okay, sounds good. But yeah, that's all. I really hope my roast cooked double time really fast because I put it back on high right before I came on live for you all. And I don't even know what time is it. How long have I been on here? Have I made up for my absence? Have I made up for my absence? Hey Val. Have I? Okay, I know I missed y'all last week. Okay. But have I made up for it? Did we do good today? Okay, we did a whole long Q&A and everything. The hat was only like 8 or 10 minutes, but oh, let me show you what else I do. A little insider tip. I don't have my lip gloss and I just keep on licking my lips. Oh, I guess I can't show y'all. Hold on. If I can find it, I'll show you. Hold up. Hold up, y'all. It's worth it. It's worth the wait. Oh, there's the iron. Kid, I've been looking for the iron. Huh? I found the iron. That's a shame, y'all. That means I have way too much stuff in here. If I did not, and it's in plain sight. Okay. I love my tag gun. Okay, so this is, ooh, I got this off of Wish a long time ago. Came with all these little things. But I use my tag gun. Oh, and for those of you all that was asking about the cat, this is the kind of stuff and more that we do in the academy. I give you all kinds of ideas like this. Once I remember how to work this thing. What does that do? I think that releases the needle. Maybe. Learn how to work your tag gun. Okay. That's what I suggest you do in your spare time. Oh, pah, sideways. That's how you do it. Booyah. All right, so I take it, punch a hole, because you know my business card is a square, so that can be a hang tag also, and has all my fun information on the back. And then I just take it through one of the holes of the hat. Boom. That's it. That's it. That's all, says the clock on the wall. Are you still there, Val? I just used your whole little phrase. And that's what I do. And then I ship it off like that. I do that with like my backpacks and stuff. I don't do that with everything, but some of my orders. I have a vendor event Thursday, so I'm behind. Oh yes, I'm glad you're back. Oh, were y'all missing me that bad? Just let me know. Ayana, bring all your questions to the Zoom on Tuesday. We definitely can. Val, you're still there. We definitely can help you game plan through that. But isn't that super cute? Uh-oh, I just flashed all my information. But isn't that super cute? Who that said the hat is super cute? It's on sale on my Etsy page. It definitely is. And for all of you all that stitch, the initial design, so the vegan design is on Apex. And I think he also has it online, but that is on the Apex website. And then I just added the ish on the end of it. So I can't sell this design because it's not mine. I mean, the vegan-ish part, when I made it, that made it mine, but I can't sell it because that right there, I didn't do it. It's not mine. Do you use the brother frame? Nope. Not since I got the Gen 2. I gotta be honest with you. When I got this, I kept my other one because, you know, I do teach. So I kept it and all the pieces that go to it so that when I do have a session, when someone books a session with me and they want to do hats and they don't have this frame, I keep that other one just so that I can show you what to do. Someone said show the gun again. It's just the regular little tag gun. It's VIV real. Viv real. I don't know what. I just ordered it. You can order one on Etsy. Little tag gun. Hey, Vanya. You have to show them all the stuff you do for me. I love your work. I know. I do a lot of stuff for Val, y'all. Do I have anything here? Yeah, I think, well, Val, I've sent it all to you. If I had it here, then your order would be late. Haha, you almost caught me. But I do have some other stuff that I need to start on for you. I will post it in the group and show you all. Like, y'all, Val is personalized down. I wake up some days to orders, or I come home to orders on my porch, and it's like, where did this one come from? Val, what did you order? And then we have to go through her whole order next week. Yeah, so I will be working on hers. I stopped doing a lot of personalized orders, and she is one of the ones that I she will not let me stop, so I will not stop doing Val's orders. That is so funny that you're on here. So y'all keep that in mind. If you have a customer and they're like a good loyal customer, I don't care what you do. You keep those customers. You keep your good loyal customers. There are a lot of questions this week. That's what happens when you leave for a week. I know, right? I leave for a week and then the questions build up. It's no problem. I'm glad to be back. I enjoyed myself, but I am glad to be home. I did bunny ears the other day. Yay! Did you post them? I think I've seen, like, a lot of you all did it. It's all starting to run together, but they are looking great. My Etsy shop is So Sweet Monogramming. So Etsy.com/So Sweet Monogramming. Y'all, it's hot in here. Yes, thank you, Shakia. She linked it for me. So I think that's all, y'all. It's hot and we're a little hungry. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And all of my Academy members that's on here, #Academy. That's my, well, I would, but my nail is broken, so I don't want to. There, hashtag sign. #Academy, and I will see you all on Tuesday. We will be working on what's next because Easter is over now. We gotta pick our next item to really focus on and stitch and get out and work on. All right. Yay! We got some #Academies coming. I did the patches, and I just don't know how to price them. Ooh, that depends on the stitch count, and that depends on the complexity of your patches, to be honest. Patches are a little hard to price because you can't price them. You can't price patches the same way you really patch like a left chest placement or something like that. Patches are hard to price. Yep, you're right. Mother's Day is up next on our roster. Ooh, something for autism awareness. When is autism awareness? Oh, y'all, I smell my roast. It smells good. Can we get an Academy vendor class? I did one a long time ago. Like, that was one of the very first things that I did. But that is very good. I might need to update that. That is a very good idea. This is why I answer the questions. You guys think that you all are like getting questions answered from me, but I'm getting questions answered from you all, and I love it. Like, y'all, I promise y'all do. I promise you do. I have like all kind of little notes. Yeah, I have notes everywhere. I need to. So I went to the Callaway Gardens. I went to the Everything Embroidery Retreat. And these are my notes. Some of them. This was before I even knew about it. I wrote down sewmachine.com. I guess it's when I first found out about them. Terrial Magic. Terrial Magic. That's for no fraying. For, when you use the scan and cut, you spray it on there first. You can, because they do for embroidery and vinyl stuff, cutting. You clean your mats with Totally Awesome. I don't know what that is. If that helps somebody, I sure hope so. It's It's an alcohol-free baby wipe. Cool. I wrote down scan and cut workplace and heat transfer vinyl. I don't know. Cool. I love finding my old notes. All right, what was I about to write down? Vendor. Vendor webinar. I'll work on that. Last thing, can you teach how to make patches? I did. I have a patch tutorial on my website. If you go to sewsuitacademy.com, and I'm like in the process of pulling everything together because I feel like I'm sending you here, there, everywhere. But I'm not tech savvy, so I just had to really get stuff out just the best way I could. But I'm in the process of like pulling everything together so you can find everything in one place, like your one-stop shop, and that will help you. I have one for patches on the single needle, but you can use the same technique for the multi-needle. I have one for hats on the single needle. And I think you can use this. I've always had a hat driver, but I haven't done that might be a good idea to try a hat on the multi-needle without the hat driver. I'm sure it's possible. You would use one of those, I bought this for the multi-needle and never used it. It's like a hat, it holds the hat thing. Well, maybe I used it once, but I don't know if I was successful at it. But yeah, grab that tutorial and that'll help you with the hats on the single needle. Okay. All right. Y'all, I gotta go for real now because you know me, I will hang out with y'all for hours, and I gotta go feed my baby. Unstructured hat can be done on a regular hoop. Structured hat usually requires a cap driver. Yep. And to be honest, you don't even need this. I bought this and then I learned how to do it without this. You don't even need this. You don't need this. If you have it, use it, but you don't need it. You definitely can get the job done without it. Okay? All right, y'all. Bye. No, I'm not gonna leave y'all like that. But thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank y'all so much for bearing with me while I was like gallivanting across the other side of the globe. And y'all, if you have not experienced any other culture besides your own, you're missing out. Okay, the news, these movies, they do not tell us the truth about other cultures. It's great. Okay, go immerse yourself in another culture. It was awesome. That's all. I mean, I don't know what else to say besides it was awesome. I made friends. Y'all know me. I don't really meet strangers, but I made friends out there. Got some WhatsApps. Got some good connects on fabric and everything. If you watch the live on the It's So Sweet to Learn, I did a video and I showed like all the stuff that I found out there. Y'all have access to it. I mean, I didn't turn the live off and do any more negotiations. Like literally, I showed the camera on their contact information, and you're free to contact that. You look scared when you were at dinner. I wasn't scared. I am not afraid of heights. I really was enjoying it. The heights part did not bother me, not one bit. But what did anything scare y'all? Getting back into the country, that might have scared me a little bit. Okay, the travel part was what the headache was. So plan in advance and make sure you have all that airtight. But other than that, get out there, explore. I will be out in about 3 more weeks. I'll be out again. Because I'll be with Val, the Val, my customer I was just talking about, and we'll be out and about with another travel. So, but yeah, get out there, learn, explore. Everything is different outside of your front porch. I'm telling you, go have fun. But enjoy your dinner with your baby. I definitely am. I'm gonna go check it now. We need parts on that fabric. Absolutely, I'm working on that. I'm working on that for sure, Ayana. So this is what we did. Let me make sure my information is not. This is what we did today. It is a Veganish hat. Remember, it does not have to be perfect, but it has to be pretty. This is like y'all literally did an order with me. This is an order. I'm gonna print my label and ship it off tomorrow morning, and booyah. That's easy as that. It's an Etsy order. I don't have any other thing besides my Etsy. Wish I was there. I know, y'all. I gotta figure that out. We gotta figure out how to do like a retreat together so we can all hang out. That'll be fun. All right. So y'all have fun. Happy Easter if you celebrate. If not, still convene with your family. Love on someone. Hug on someone. Cover your coughs. Cover your coughs. We don't want to spread COVID. And just be positive. Have fun. Enjoy the day. All right. Live. Go out and live, you guys. It's time to live. But get back here. Live, but get back here next Sunday at 5 o'clock, 5:05-ish. Some days I'll be late. Some days I'm late. But yeah, get back here. We're going to work on something. We might be back on the single needle. Today I just did the multi-needle because I had this order and it's a lot faster for me to just set up and do it here. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye.